Evidence for Nature and People data portal. This data portal is an open access online knowledge management tool that's designed to help users like you explore the existing evidence on linkages between nature and people from published evidence syntheses. On this portal, you can access interactive dashboards that allow you to visualize patterns and trends in these synthesis data sets and customize and download them to your bespoke needs. On this tour, I'll show you briefly the features of this portal, some new updates, and where you can contact us for more information. On the home page, you'll find information about the portal and some tips and advice about how to explore and use this resource. You can also contact us to share your data if you are conducting an evidence synthesis that is in this topic area. At the top, you'll find a menu from which you can navigate this website. In the first tab, in Understand, you can read more about evidence synthesis and the methodologies that drive these transparent, robust, and repeatable approaches called systematic maps and systematic reviews that allow users to identify and synthesize relevant evidence within a policy-relevant framework. The systematic evidence syntheses that are featured on this portal comply by the guidelines set by the Collaboration for Environmental Evidence. You'll find useful links to learn more about evidence synthesis below, as well as some key literatures. Going back to Understand, you'll find information about the portal and this tool. Here you'll find information about how you can filter and visualize patterns in these evidence maps and download the subsets of the data and relevant bibliographies from these filtered parameters. You can also download plots that you generate as well as interact with them. And just a reminder that if you use data and graphs and summaries from this tool, please cite them appropriately. You'll also find a set of frequently asked questions about how to look for specific actions and outcomes, how you filter data and explore it, as well as efforts to expand and where to find updates. So on to exploring the data. Currently, the Evidence for Nature and People features 3 evidence synthesis data sets. When you click on a data set, you'll be taken to its home page and the Data Explorer. And here you'll find information about how the data set was generated, where the methods and the paper can be found, as well as find a glossary to understand the types of interventions, outcomes, habitat types, and study designs that were used to categorize the studies found within this evidence synthesis. Clicking on the Visualization tab, you'll find various options for visualization, from geographic and spatial to a heat map of interventions and outcomes that document the number of unique articles that document a specific intersection of that particular intervention and outcome. You'll see the data disaggregated by region, habitat, study type, comparators. On the side, you'll find filters where you can choose to filter your data set by various different parameters, including geography, for example. For example, here you can click Asia, and this will filter your map by studies conducted in Asia. You can mouse over this map to see the different types, the different numbers of studies that occur in each region. You can also filter by habitat, for example, terrestrial, and you'll see that the numbers will change. Once you've filtered the data, you can look at the table of the data itself and look at data from each individual article. You can expand each article and view its entry with all the data that's been extracted. Oftentimes you'll see that there are codes within some of the columns, and these correspond to codes that were set by the authors during the extraction process. Please refer back to the methods by which this was generated, and you'll find information about the metadata and the data columns within the codebook. You can also download data that you filtered. You can download this in 2 formats, either as a JSON file, which is a JavaScript object notation file, or a comma-separated value file, or CSV, that can easily be opened in a spreadsheet program like Excel. When you click download, you'll have to fill out your email, name, and organization, and agree to appropriately cite the source of the data before you can download. Lastly, you'll be able to read more about our group in the About section. And contact us if you have any questions or information or interested in submitting evidences. We'd like to thank our partners, Conservation International, the Science for Nature and People Partnership, and the World Bank's Program on Forests for funding and resources to make this portal possible.